All right, tell us about your company.
So yeah, Pepper, my name's Guy. Hi everyone. So the best way to think about Pepper is that we power everything to do with an esports tournament beyond actually the game itself. So if you want to experience a really smooth esports tournament, we do everything from the player registration, the structure, the setup of the event. We have some really cool technology around automatically tracking in-game scores, in-game stats, automatically in real time, powering live leaderboards at venues, and handling the prize structures, the payouts, all the PC management, everything to do with running an esports venue at an event. So our primary focus is on providing our software to the large number of growing esports venues that are propping up everywhere. We do one-off events as well, but our primary focus is the dedicated esports stadiums that are cropping up all over the place.
So I was pretty harsh on tournament platforms a little earlier. One of my issues with not just that, but a lot of other business models that sort of operate off the side of esports is, in order to fill your system with enough people to make you really profitable, a lot of either ingenious marketing or money has to be spent to get people there. You've been around for a while. The system's been going for a while. Is it hitting the critical mass that you want it to hit?
Yeah, it's really, I think that's a challenge for the esports space. So we do run some of our own events. We've been running events since January online to test our software. We've run around, 2,100 tournaments, just over 2,000 tournaments. We process over 25,000 games through our platform. The primary focus of that, though, has really been to test out our infrastructure. And so from our perspective, it's a B2B model. So our revenue model is not based on how many people are using the platform. It's based on a per PC per month pricing for venues. But it's also very easy to show our value proposition. Right now, if you go to an esports event, you sit down, you play your game, you get to the end of the game, you put your hand up, and you wait. And then eventually someone comes around with a spreadsheet, and they're going to write your score down. It's like, okay, now you can play your next game. And then they got the spreadsheet, and depending on the size of the venue, you may have 4 or 5 of these guys going around. And the biggest issue from a player perspective is, I don't know what, am I doing well in this event? Am I almost, top of the list? Is there, is this guy just ahead of me? You don't have any of that real-time data. And, it can cost, for a venue that has 50 to 60 players, it's around $700 to actually run that event. And so we're able to automate all that process, so you can have one guy at the space running that entire event using our software. And from the player perspective, they have real-time score information. Everything is displayed in front of them, so they get a much better experience. So it's easy for us to kind of to show our value prop. And then for Pepper, from a revenue perspective, we've just started, as you mentioned, we've chatted before, we've really been focusing on technology. Now we're opening ourselves to B2B. We're live with our first customer, and we have LOIs in place for 12 more venues that are going to be using our platform.
It's interesting what you say about the live nature of the scores. I was watching the Fortnite Championships a month ago, where much hullabaloo was put about by the fact that a 16-year-old won $3 million, and that the Arthur Ashe Stadium was full of people watching kids playing on a computer. The most annoying thing about that entire production, and everyone since, is that at the end of the last game, everyone's like, all right, well, let's just sit around and wait while we tabulate the scores. And you've got 19,000 people that are just like, they've just been moved into a peak of interest, and now they've got to sit down for 15 minutes.
I know, it's incredible.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like the biggest blind spot of e-gaming, I think.
Yeah, and we provide a lot of technology, but that's really been our biggest value proposition, is that automatic tracking, because there's some games provide an API, so you can integrate with the game publisher and get that data, but even that's not real time. That's great for what are my stats from last week, but when I want to know, okay, the game ends, what's my score? And with our platform and our system, and we're actually in the process of applying for a patent for this technology, we've invested a lot of time in it. You finish your game, and within 10 seconds, your score is up on that board. And as you mentioned, for these massive multi-million-dollar events, they still have a guy going around manually collecting the scores and manually trying to input them into a database.
Right.
I didn't know that. It's interesting.
It's surprising.
Guy, are you on the trade show floor if people want to come find you?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're Pepper, booth 1-4, come around and say hi. We're excited to talk to anyone. We're currently doing a small fundraising at the moment, and we're also planning to do a larger fundraising and to go public early next year as well.
Got it.
Beauty.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Good
Thanks,
job.
Guy.